The U.S. Supreme Court has ordered a temporary pause on deportations of Venezuelan men in immigration custody this morning, after lawyers argued of an immediate risk to the individuals if removed from the country, and that they did not receive sufficient notice to challenge their deportation. CBC's Albert De La Tella has the details.
What this order does is temporarily direct the Trump administration to not remove anyone from that North Texas detention facility until there is a further order from the Supreme Court. It was believed that the people there face imminent deportation under an 18th century wartime law. So the order didn't explain the court's reasoning here, but I'll read you a bit of what it said. It said, quote, "The government is directed not to remove any member of the putative class of detainees from the U.S. until further order of this court." The decision comes after the American Civil Liberties Union said the men were not given due process to defend themselves. They are accused by immigration officials of belonging to a Venezuelan gang, but there is no evidence to support that claim. With the latest developments here, the administration is expected to return to the Supreme Court soon, and that is to try to persuade the justices to overturn that temporary order. Now, I mentioned that centuries-old wartime law. That is the Alien Enemies Act dating back to 1798. At that time, the U.S. was actually preparing for a possible war with France. It only has been used 3 times, the War of 1812, also for the 2 World Wars, and it's intended to give the president wide powers to imprison and deport non-citizens at time of war. Now, many are questioning if it's appropriate to use a law like that during a time that isn't a war. The Trump administration have framed the immigration issue as a war, and they have called it a, quote, invasion. Albert De La Tella, CBC News, Toronto.